we're all curious or wondering what's going to happen, who's going to mess up, or who's going to be there on time. Absolutely a perfect time for your speech. The value of your speech, it was interesting, it was meaningful to us all, and it related to all of us. Regardless of whether we celebrate Christmas or not, the stress is there, the children wanting everything they see on the television is there. Perfect. Preparation. You used a few notes, you had them in your hand, you did not use them a lot. That was excellent. You had definitely rehearsed your speech. Organization, was it clear? Was it logical? Absolutely, you went point by point. It was easy for me to follow, and I assume easy for the rest of the audience to follow. Your opening, attention getting, did it lead into your topic? Your opening was a bit short. I think you could have elongated a little bit, maybe elaborated a little bit more on your personal memories, maybe 15, 20 seconds. I just felt like you started and then you jumped right into your body. Your body, did it flow smoothly? Was it appropriate supporting material? It did. It flowed very smoothly. Maybe you might want to give a little bit more information about your issues or your material as you presented it throughout. It's always nice to hear personal experiences rather than generalized ones. Your conclusion was very effective. You repeated all of your points. You gave us a call to action and a plan to action. And I thought it was excellent. Your transitions, were they appropriate? Were they helpful? Yes. You seemed to flow from subject to subject very easily. It wasn't abrupt. We could follow you very nicely. You didn't just change from here to there. You led us there, which I liked a lot. I would like to go back to your conclusion for one moment. I would suggest that never apologize to the audience. If we didn't know that you had wanted to memorize it, we would never have known that. Just simply give a big smile and say, I would like to conclude with a quote from, was it Bing Crosby? Mm-hmm. And then read it. Mm-hmm. If you didn't tell us you didn't memorize it, we would never have known. Key point. What could you have done differently to make the speech more effective? You did stand in front of the lectern, which was excellent. But what you did do is you stood over here and you talked to people, but you had your back to Randy and you had your back to me. So my suggestion would be stand here. If you want to walk around a little bit, great, but come back so that you can see everybody in the audience. Sorry. Your practice of surprising a family who did not expect gifts was wonderful. I really like that. That's a fabulous idea. And you gave a great call to action at the end of the speech. So you really summarized your whole speech with what you did at your very ending. All in all, wow, it was fabulous. You have it still on.
That's it.
It's still on?
No, it's
Red
okay.
light's on?
It's on.
Smile for the camera.
Hey, it's the middle button there. It's so temperamental.
It's okay.
Very temperamental. Take 1 minute just to, or a few seconds to vote for your
No,
best.
you have to
Oh,
timer.
oh, timer. That's right. Thank you. I'm jumping ahead. Timer report.
We're all good.
We're all good. All right. We're even great. Now cast your votes for the evaluator of your choice. Anyone who's done that, please pass that in. Who's our vote counter?
Susie, right?
Susie?
Yeah.
Susie. All right. A couple seconds for that to go through. All right. I'll assume that you've cast your votes. And I didn't cast mine, that's right. Oh well. Yeah, just throw it. That's not down. That's fine. Thank you, Monica. All right, a quick review of today's meeting. I want to start off first by apologizing because I did one of the things that I hate it when others do it, and I did it. And that was I critique something going on, and I was even wrong about it, with Debbie in introducing our new member, Luann, before the pledge. That is exactly what the schedule calls for. In my mind, it just seemed wrong. I should have shut up. No, because we're all gonna, when we make mistakes in here, and that was not a mistake, she was right, I was wrong, but when there is a mistake going on, we want to learn to encourage each other, just like we would in any other meeting. If you're leading a function and you realize someone's doing something wrong, you don't want to call attention to that, and thereby creating a low impression for new visitors and audiences in there. You want to help them and go with the flow so that no one even knows that there was a mistake.
Right.
And that's part of what we should be learning here is how to run our own meetings, how to do our own presentations, how do we make it go smoothly, not make it worse, make it better. And so I apologize, that was a huge mistake on my part. Going along Scooter, by the way, to help us always go smoothly, Scooter's always here early, making sure all of our stuff is handed out, making sure our meeting starts on time. Beautiful job again, as always. Appreciate that. Yay. On the table topics, great questions, really thought-provoking. Made us almost some of them made, really had to stop and think. I would encourage you though, as with anyone leading table topics, get the agenda out ahead of time and make sure that the first people you call on are the ones that don't have any role, and then the next people are the ones that have got minor roles, and then finally, if those are all taken up or don't show, then you go to the people that have speaking roles. Okay, and that's important for everybody with table topics. Get that agenda and go through that. I put down the names of the people I'm going to call on next to the questions, so that I'm not trying to figure it out up here. That'd be very helpful. On to the evaluators. Great evaluations today. Each one I thought was excellent. Julie, you brought out specifics on there, both good and bad. Really good examples of the gestures, of the phrases that he used, and right down to the conclusion, and well-received concrete suggestions. Love those. Dan, same thing. Great specifics, going through it all, the good and the bad. The only thing I'd suggest maybe is they were good and bad intermixed through there, versus go and hit them with a few good ones, hit them with the corrections, and then leave them with some good encouraging comments at the end, what we call the sandwich approach. You hit all the points, but it was back and forth through there. Still excellent. And then Debbie, also great specifics going through it, a little bit maybe following a list-like, but it was still casual and flowed. Excellent job. The only critique is don't take phone calls during our meeting.
Oh, my sister called twice and I needed to make sure I wasn't calling my mother.
Got it.
That's the only reason.
Great. I accept that. That's okay.
I'm sorry, but.
No, but I knew that threw off Dan a little bit while he was doing his presentation. No, that's okay. And I think we're doing pretty good on time. We're going to have to rush. That's one of the things they asked me to look at is how we're going to do on time if we're making it to the end. And I think we're about on time. So that's all I have. Thank you very much.
Of course, he walks off with the copy.
Oh, did I? No, that's mine.
I've got more. I've got more. All right. At this time, we need to see what Diane came up with in her observations.
Okay. For the most part, we did great this morning. I had a couple of comments.
Great.
Susie, you used the phrase, like the Almighty. I thought that was fabulous. I could just see the judges feeling like they were the Almighty. Cynthia, you in your sentence you said something incorporate. I believe it should have been to incorporate. Dan and Julie, you kind of faltered a couple of times in the beginning of a sentence, came back, started again. So just take an extra second to clean up your thoughts and it would be much smoother. Ron, you used a lot of filler words when you were speaking. And Randy, you said real good purpose. Kinda wasn't thrilled with that one, but all in all, we'd had a great meeting. Thank you very much.
Nancy, I like it when you smile. Just lights up.
We had a good day today. Cliff, you had 3 ahs, Diane had an Debbie had aw, Randy had an aw and 2 okays, Pilar 2 ums, Scott Shire, we're building up now. Here we go. 2 ahs, 1 2 okays, Ron 2 ums, Julie 3 ahs, Luann, just did my own had 1 1 okay. Dan, get your attention here. You had 5 ahs and 7 ums.
Oh, you beat me.
2 ands and 1 so. Brad, 1 ah, 1 and 1 so. Cindy, lastly, 1 ah, 1 and 3 so's. Thank you.
Susie, are we ready?
We are. Drum roll. All right, the best table topics was